DaylesAddiction. I'm bringing you this unboxing live from our Paris apartment. Meredith from the channel Living Luxe with Meredith and I have been in London and Paris together for the past, kind of 7 days and having a wonderful time. Before you watch this unboxing, if you can possibly be patient enough, you need to go and check out my story time video around how I got offered a bag at the Hermes flagship store, and only watch it if you have a good sense of humor, because if you are an Hermes lover, if you are a lover of Quota bags and you've been working hard to get your dream Hermes piece, you're not going to enjoy my video and you're not going to enjoy this unboxing. So just a word of warning. But this is a whole video and we're going to start with the small things first because that's how we roll. So today, this haul is not finished. So there may be a couple of things that we pick up today that I will share with you when I get back to Australia. But at the moment, for certain reasons, I need to open this up so that I can send some bits back before I go because they won't fit in my suitcase. So we'll get to that. So the first thing I'm going to share with you is the first thing that I purchased, and that comes from Tash. So Tash is known for the curated ear and really helping you to design piercing curations that work for you. And we don't have a Tash boutique or what would you call it, a clinic perhaps in Australia. I thought about it in Dubai, I thought about it in London, and when I realized where I would have the opportunity, it would be Paris at Le Bon Marché. And so I made an appointment and I was planning on getting one piercing. Now, Tash also pierce with their own jewellery, and their jewellery is beautiful. I'll put a bit of a scroll of their jewellery over to the left side here. But what you need to know is it's actually fine jewellery. It's not typical piercing jewellery, and a lot of piercing places won't pierce with fine jewellery. They'll use their sterling silver and their, non-allergenic pieces for the piercing, and then once you've healed to a certain extent, they will, suggest that it's safe to then put in real jewellery. I don't want to do that. I don't have the patience for that. I don't want to be wearing basic sleepers and studs because I love jewellery. So in this box, I decided after some consultation with my piercer that I would take the opportunity to do the maximum number of piercings that they offered in a day, considering I was flying, and that is 3. So I am just going to do a close-up of my ear. I'm going to pop the shots in here. The first piercing I got was a Tash rook, and I decided on a flower garland with a flat back. I have always wanted one of these piercings. I see them a lot on their Instagram. This is a rose gold piece with diamonds. It's really pretty. I considered the stars, but I actually thought I would grow out of the star garland, and the star garland also has a butterfly back which gets caught on things, and that's kind of a delicate spot to care for and has a longer healing period. So that was my first piercing, and so far so good, and it didn't really hurt. It hurt more the 2 lobe piercings I got. So I got my thirds done with a little white gold butterfly on this side. So right next to it, you'll see that I have a tiny Trinity, also Tash, that I bought from Net-a-Porter years ago and found a piercer who would use it to pierce my seconds. And then I have Keshi pearls in the third. And on my left ear, I have a third piercing in the lobe, which is a little flower. What I loved about the process at Tash is that they talk to you about all sorts of things. What side do you sleep on? What side do you typically take selfies on? Do you wear reading glasses? They assess the shape of your ear and they pierce it in the lines and folds of your individual ear so that it's placed well. They also suggested to me that I consider purchasing another shorter back So these earrings all have flat backs, which means that they screw into each other. As your swelling decreases, your piercing will move around because your ear's not as swollen anymore, and you can put on a shorter post, but that will take some time. I'm not coming back to Paris anytime soon, so I pre-purchased the next couple of sizes of the posts, and I can get those changed out at any piercing place in Australia. So the other great thing about doing that at Le Bon Marché is that they have their tax-free refunds on site. So you head up to level 3 and you provide your receipt, proof of purchase and your passport, and they process the refund directly onto your credit card there, and then you just scan your documentation at the kiosk at the airport. Hopefully all goes well and you can just pop it in the little post office and be on your way. But if you do need to present your goods, you're wearing them. Yes, they're supposed to be unworn, but I think jewellery is an exception to that, at least in my case. So very, very happy to have these beautiful pieces permanently in my ears. I'm not planning to take them out. It's everyday luxury, and I may have convinced Miss Meredith to get pierced as well. So we didn't get tattoos on holiday, we got piercings, which is pretty fun. All right, sticking to the piercing trend from Dior, we were lucky enough to be set up with an appointment by the fabulous Amelia Rose. Thank you for sharing your contact details, Amelia. And Meredith obviously had a hit list here in Paris, and so, you know, who was I to not just pop along for moral support? And if you, again, haven't seen my Hermes Quota bag video, then, you know, go and check that out for the kind of moral support that I can offer. And also check out Meredith's unboxing, because she'll say the same. So in Dior, I picked up this little keepsake, a little memento from our time here in Paris. And obviously, I've given you enough clues to suggest that it is jewellery. And after much toing and froing, I decided to get the Eiffel Tower earrings. So in the cutaways, you'll be able to see the beautiful Eiffel Tower with pave crystals, the CD on the front of the tribal earring, and then the little pearl hanging from the Eiffel Tower with the large white pearl at the back. Now, I sold my tribals a long time ago, the ones that I had, but these ones are pretty special. And the second earring is just a white pearl, which, to be honest, I probably wouldn't change out. I'd just leave my cashews in and use this as a one ear, you know, feature earring. And given that this is pretty loaded up, I would probably pop that in my left ear. So that's what I got from Dior, and that's not going to take up too much space in my carry-on luggage, for which, you know, I am very grateful. Next, we have Louis Vuitton. Now, you will see a totally separate video on my experience in going to Agnières with Meredith and Louis Vuitton. And Agnières is the location of Louis Vuitton's original family home, a home that he built to greet clients and customers. It was never at restaurants back in the day, it was at the home. We had a wonderful experience. Please go and watch that video. It is just amazing. The place, the history, the beauty, and the hospitality. Yeah. Anyway, upon leaving, we were presented with a beautiful gift from Louis Vuitton, a souvenir of our time. And which was a bit of a shock to us, because we were not expecting anything. We'd already been so generously hosted. So inside this box, a very heavy box indeed, is actually a replica of the trunk on which we had morning tea when we arrived. It actually opens up, and you can open the trunk. Inside, you can see the melletage pattern on the trunk, which is all fully functional. It has the little trays that would have been used in the trunks. It's an exact replica to pack clothes and, you know, valuables. It even has wheels on the bottom. It can be used obviously as a trinket box. It could be used as a bit of ornamentation. It is a very, very special piece. It is limited to people who are hosted, I believe. And yeah, we were both a bit emotional when we were given these, and it's just crazy to me that this even happened. So thank you to Meredith for letting me be your +1, and yeah, to Louis Vuitton for being such graceful and gracious and generous hosts. All right, so here's the one that you've been waiting for. What quota bag did I get offered at Hermes flagship store here in Paris? Last chance to go and watch that video about how I scored this. And if you don't watch it before, you might want to watch it afterwards, but I think the burn will be even bigger if you do that. This will be the first time I've seen it outside of the boutique in my own time, without a sales associate, without Meredith present. So here we go. I never ever thought that this would be happening. Did you? Did you? This is so cliche. Are you dying? Are you dying? Okay, here it is. Any guesses at this stage? I assume we've got all the bits in the box. All right, let's pop that there. This is so weird. Okay, here we go. I was offered as a non-profile customer, not on a journey, tag along with a friend, a quota bag that I didn't ask for. I did not ask for this bag. Just so you know. I was offered a Birkin 30 in Toco Leather Palladium hardware in Vert Comics, last season's popping colour from Hermes. Just looking at this, it's I really don't like them buttoned up like this, so let me open it up, because you know me, I'm not one of those people that likes to have things like, you know, really really formal and okay, take this thing off. It's very annoying. Hopefully I remember to put it back on there. All right. Okay, we're starting to get a little bit more DaylesAddiction now, aren't we? Right. Could we do this? Could we do it? Could it be a keeper? Oh, look, the clochette. Oh, so beautiful. Okay, does it go like that? I don't even know how it's supposed to go. Like that, maybe? I'm such a novice. Anyway, this is my Paris Birkin. My first Birkin. I'm going to come closer to the screen so you can see. The colour is insane. The colour was not my issue. I think the shock of being offered a Birkin when I never asked for one, the shock of the sales associate kind of reading me like a book and going, I've got a special bag for you. This is a special bag for you. If you hadn't seen my video, I actually was shocked to be asked anyway. And so my first thought was Minnie Kelly, because so many people I know, and my hair's everywhere, so many people I know love the Mini Kelly, and I thought, well, I could get a Mini Kelly, see if I like it because it's small, and then if I don't like it, you know, I know that there will be plenty of people who would like it. The fact that I was offered a Birkin instead of a Mini Kelly is just crazy to me. The fact that this colour is insane. I didn't know what to do. I was consulting the chat group of the London connection because we're all in the same time zone. Connor had gone to bed. Like all of my friends and family in Australia were in bed. So I'm like, what do I do? Meredith's like, buy it. And I'm like, you say that about everything. I need to talk to somebody. And yeah, I ultimately decided, with lots of great sound advice and a lot of emotional advice, to purchase this bag in Paris. And when I told Mr. Addiction about it, he said, I really quite like it. So I'm not going to show you the ins and outs. I mean, okay, I'll show you. Like, it's got there's like nothing to these bags. There's a slip pocket, that's it. And on the back, there's a zipper pocket that's under this flappy bit. So I'm not really sure how you're supposed to get to that, because that's a bit messy, but I just see it as an open tote. It's a 30, so it's the perfect size to be able to wear as far as I'm being educated. Like on the crook of my arm, I'll put in some mod shots. Maybe I might even wear it today. It's my last day in Paris. Yeah, I'm gobsmacked. I can't believe this happened. I think it just goes to show that anything is possible, and I really don't know. I really don't know how I feel about all of this. I feel so overwhelmed and underprepared. I didn't play the game. I didn't ask for one. I was in Paris with a friend supporting her to get what her dream offer was, and I was out of the blue proposed opportunity to choose a bag, and I'm still processing that. So hence why I've got to run to DHL, because I want to send home all of the packaging and everything like that, so that if I decide that I'm keeping this bag, I have the full set. If I decide I'm keeping this bag, which is what I feel like I'm doing now. So yeah, I've got a Birkin from Paris. If in the future I decide it's not for me, that I just got caught up in the moment, then I have everything I need for the next person who owns this piece to feel like they had a similar experience to me. And I'm keeping my options open. Yeah, crazy things can happen. I was so taken aback by this experience that the next homeless woman I saw in the street, I gave her 20 euros and I said, go and, have a lovely dinner. I'm sure she didn't understand anything I said, and she grabbed both my hands. She's like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then I saw the ghost of my dog that just passed away in the form of his absolute lookalike, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm just trying to balance the karma in my world right now, because this is just crazy. And I just felt ill. I felt overwhelmed. I was like a deer in headlights, as Meredith says. So yeah, if you want a more elaborate story time, go check out my story time video, because I was taking footage in the moment. So I'll link that in the description box below. This is my Paris haul so far. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'm sure many of you fast forwarded through everything else just to see this part, and now you're probably going to go back and watch the rest of the unboxings. I hope you do, because there's some beautiful pieces in here. Please give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already. I've got a lot more content coming for you guys. It's been the most fabulous 5 weeks. It makes me a little emotional. As you can see, it's not about the Birkin. It's about the whole process, the whole experience, all the people. Yeah. All right. Get over yourself, Dale. I think the next video I film will be back in Australia. So, bon voyage, Paris. It's been fabulous.